Hi there, let's make a waistcoat from my Pinterest board. Right now I am cutting my pattern. This is the back, and this is the front side panel. Next to it is the center front panel, the one that will have buttonholes and a button stand. Here I am using the back panel to cut the facing for the neck, and the the center front panel I am using to cut the facing as well for the front. Right now I'm about to start stitching, so I am threading my machine, getting ready to stitch. And if you enjoy making clothes with me, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Guys, I have been struggling with my machine when I stitch heavy fabrics, like thicker fabrics, and the machine has not been fixed, to be honest. So I don't know. This is obviously the machine I prefer to work with, and I'm gonna try and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll go back to the domestic machine, but until I fix it, this is just gonna be what I keep on doing. And here's my son. He's just here to say hello. Right now I am busy pinning my pieces together just before I start stitching. Guys, my son brought me biltong snack, but yeah, I want to start stitching, but I see he wants us to enjoy the snack together. So now I am stitching the front pieces together, the side front piece and the the center front panel together. And these other ones for the other side, I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting together my front pieces, making it one thing before I can join it to the back. And the part I'm about to stitch now is the facing, joining the front to the back facing. and this is the back panel. I am stitching my darts. After doing the darts, I will be stitching the back to the front. Oh my goodness, the machine is cutting the thread again. If this continue, I honestly am gonna go to the small machine. Right now I am stitching the side seams, putting it together with the front. Now I am threading the overlocker, changing my cottons. I'm about to overlock the waistcoat. This is the facing. I've had to undo the stitches because I made a mistake when I was stitching it together. I stitched it to the wrong side, so I'm undoing stitches and then I'm gonna overlock it to the right side. This is why it's important to have notches on your pattern and your pattern pieces, so that when you stitch you can always match your notches and make sure that you are not switching your patterns or the pieces that you have to stitch together. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then after this I will be stitching with a domestic machine. I'm no longer going to the industrial machine. I hate the lighting when I'm working here. I'm a bit far from my window and I don't know. I just prefer the bigger machine, but we are here and yeah, that's what we are doing. And here I'm overlooking my button stand. I have decided to do a hidden button stand. So meaning the buttonholes will be inside, you will not be able to see it, but it will close the waistcoat just fine. And then the buttons I'm gonna put on top are just exaggerated buttons that have different shapes that will just be decorating but will not be functional. Oh, here I'm making pockets. I'm measuring, putting my fabric nicely in place to do a walled pocket. I have not done walled pockets in a long time. This is really giving me gray hairs, guys. But yeah, I'll make another video where I just show you how to make different types of pockets, and I'll make sure that I mark everything and you are able to see properly how I do each type of a pocket. But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a walled pocket, and I'll show you everything, the measurements, and it'll just be easy for you to learn it right now. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'll be able to show you properly when I'm using the other machine, where I've got enough lighting and just enough table space to work with, and yeah, I'll just show you step by step how to make walled pockets. Oops, I'm picking again. I forgot to trim. The pocket inside. Yeah, this part that I'm trimming right now, before I can put that fabric and stitch. Yeah, but there it is, trimmed, and I'm about to start stitching it. We should be fine after this. And there's our pocket. It's a normal pocket that you see. It's a pocket that you normally see on blazers and maybe pants, formal pants. Yeah, those type of buttons, those type of pockets. Sorry. Now I am closing my pockets. I do not necessarily want them to be big pockets because I'm not even going to put anything. I don't like to put things in my pockets, especially if they are on the tummy. And you don't want, if you put things in there, it make you look bigger around the tummy. So yeah, I can put a finger in it, you see, but it's not a deep pocket because I'm not planning on really using it. And this is the button stand I spoke about earlier. Now I am marking where I'm going to put my buttons. My machine is also not working that well when it comes to the buttonholes, so I'm making them. Yeah, I am literally cheating it, and it's very very manual how I do it, but I found a way. It's there will be a buttonhole when I'm done here. see how I keep turning my buttonhole stand, that if the machine was working well I would not have to do that, but I am making my buttonholes. Yeah, they are coming out just fine. The buttonholes are done. Now I am opening them. Now I am putting facing to the waistcoat around the neck and the front part of the waistcoat, the center front. I'm stitching it on, and after doing this I am going to put that button stand that I just did. Remember I said it's going to be hidden. After stitching, now I am trimming and slashing open around the curved lines around the neckline, just to allow movement. Here I am trimming again. Even on where lines are just straight, you can just trim to make sure that the fabric is not bulky and it looks nice when we press. The stitch I'm making right now is on the facing, very close to the stitch that we made to put together the facing and the waistcoat, it helps the facing to stay inside and not keep peeping out. It is very important when you have facing to always make that stitch. It just keeps it inside. And here is my button stand, the one I'm stitching inside so that it's hidden, and the buttons are also hidden. So I am pinning it, and I'm pinning it on the facing so that I can stitch it onto the facing and it will not be visible on the outside. Over here I am covering my armholes with a store-bought bias binding. But if you want to use the same fabric that we are using for a waistcoat to make your own bias binding, you can do that. I just am using this one right now and just about now I was just doing the closing the bottom part of the waistcoat as well with the bias binding. Now that the bottom part of the waistcoat is done, it's nice and neat. I'm just overlooking any parts that were left behind that needed to be overlocked, like around the button, the pockets. I'm just making sure that everything is nice and neat. And if you have enjoyed watching this sewing tutorial until here, please do not forget to like and subscribe and help our channel grow. Until next time, thank you so much. Love you. Bye.